welcome back to a new video. So today I'm pretty sure we're just outside Roy Bridge and we're going to be climbing the Chlachair 3 Munros. We're just walking over this bridge now and we've parked on a lay-by on the side of the A86. I'm super excited for this walk. I think it'll be really good and we're forecast to get some views today, so hopefully we do. When you get to the wee junction, which is just over there, come through this gate here. And this is what we can see. It's so pretty here. Alright, so we just came to this wee Y junction and we're going up this way towards Chlachair Erba. And it's so beautiful here, like, look at that. I'm pretty sure over there is the Beinn and Beinn, and over this way is into the Craig Meggie Munros range. Okay guys, so we've made it to this loch. This loch isn't quite Chlachair Erba. I reckon we're about 3.5 to 4 kilometres into the walk so far. So Chlachair Erba's just below this wee rise here, and we can see the first Munro of the day, which up here is Chlachair, and it looks absolutely huge. And over this way, this is Chlachair, which we did in summer 2024. My Chlachair videos on my Facebook, by the way, if you're interested. Okay guys, so we're now at Chlachair Erba and look at that, it's absolutely incredible, it's so beautiful. And up there is Chlachair, which is our first Munro of the day, and we've walked about 5 kilometres to get to here. I genuinely can't get over the beauty of this place, like, that's absolutely insane. Okay guys, so we've just made it to this wee cairn here and we're going to follow this path, and we've turned off this track here which came from the A86, and I'm pretty sure this one goes around Chlachair Erba. I genuinely can't get over how pretty it is, like look at that, it's absolutely mental. Okay guys, so this path here marks where we come down from Craig Petrie, which is just up here, and that's the third Munro of the day. So later on we'll be returning to this point. And we're just about to cross this wee burn, and soon enough I'm thinking we're going to head straight up and around the rim of Chlachair, I think it's called, which is the quarry on Chlachair, and then we'll be at the summit, although it's still quite a while away. I think we're about 6k in and we're about 400 metres in height. Okay guys, so I'm just about to walk down this path here and cross over the wee burn, and then soon enough we'll be forking off this decent path to head up our first Munro of the day, although we have actually gained a bit of height since the locking. So the 3 Munros we're doing today are the Chlachair 3, and they're quite close actually to the Beinn range. Like, I'm pretty sure you can actually get to Loch Patrick from Chlachair, which is a loch by Culrabothie, which is very close to the Beinn Munros. So that's probably the location that these are closest to, although they're also quite close to Fourzet and the Eathanes. Okay guys, so we've just made it to this wee cairn here, And this marks where we're going to start to head up Beinn up here. So there's a big corrie just around here, and I'm pretty sure we're just heading straight up, and then we'll catch the ridgeline and walk along the rim of the corrie to the summit. It's so beautiful here, although we've kind of lost sight of Loch Nan Urba now. But our first third Munro of the day, Craig Petrie, over there has cleared, and so is Geel Carn, so I reckon we might end up getting a view. After coming off the really good track, it's a bit of a nightmare going up here. It's good, but there's not a path to be held, and I reckon it could be really boggy. And it's quite steep, although we've just started the steepening. But look above us, this is how steep it is. You get all this like propaganda about Ben Manach being like a really pathless and really boggy and stuff, but this is far worse for that. Although saying that, we've got incredible views for the rest of the day. So this ridge up there, we'll follow that, and then we drop steeply down to Beinn. And that there's the second Munro of the day, Geel Carn, and that is the third Munro of the day, Craig Petrie. And this down here is Loch Nan Urba, and we can actually see the track that we walked in on, sneaking around. We can also see the white houses, which were way back at the start. Okay guys, so we finally came up and we're onto this like wee ridge now, so I'm pretty sure we get to there and then we hang and go over to Beinn, which is the first of the day. Now I can't lie, that was hard work going up there. It was pretty pathless and very steep and quite muddy in places as well. But I'm going to point out the scenery to you because it's genuinely amazing. So this is Craig Petrie, Munro number 3 of the day, Geel Carn, which is Munro number 2 of the day, Beinn, which is Munro number 1 of the day, and this here is Chlachair, followed by the Esains, and behind them I'm pretty sure it'll be into the grey corries here, which funnily enough we were actually planning on doing them on the day that we ended up doing Carn Glwysyd, that 3 instead. We were going to do the grey corries, but we decided to go to the Carn Glwysyd 3 because they're shorter. And over this way I'm pretty sure it's like down towards Fort William or Glen Spean type of area. And this, I think that's Beinn, which is the shortest Munro, followed by Beinn. And over this way I think it's the Craig Munros. When we did those 3, it was a brilliant day. I really enjoyed it. Although I wasn't really feeling my best on that day because all I ate was like some jelly babies, but that's okay. And behind, in between Craig Petrie and Geel Carn, you can see the monolith and this wind turbines over here. We could actually see, I'm pretty sure, from Carngerag, which is quite cool. It was pretty tough getting up there, but it's so brilliant now we're up here. Okay guys, so we're now finally at the summit of my 122nd Munro, Beinn Chlachair. So here we can see into the corrie, which is called Corrie Mora Chlachair. And over this way, although it's coming and going, but this is into the Alder range with Annick Big, Geel Carn, Beinn Ibn and Carngerag. And over this way, poking out there's Craig Petrie, followed by Geel Carn, which is the second Munro of the day over there. And then up past the summit here and here, we can't actually see it very well, but it's over here is like into Loch Aber with the Esains and the grey corries and Chlachair and Stop Corrie Scriodin. And then it's actually finally clearing over here. But this is over to Beinn, Beinn, and then the Craig range, and that loch is Loch Lagan. And if you were to go over to the edge of there, you'd be able to see to Loch Nan Urba. Okay, so I'm not even kidding, that is the summit, just up there, and as soon as we step off the thing, it clears up, actually raging. But anyways, I might as well point out some of the views over this way now, because it has cleared over here. So this is Carngerag, the older one, not to be confused with the 50 bajillion other Carngerags. And then this is Beinn Older itself. And that is, now I'm not 100% sure which order these go in. So it's either Anik Big.
Why are you not sure?
Bruh. So it's either Anik Big or Gil Carn. And then that one there's whatever one, Anik Big or Gil Carn, whatever one the first one's not. And then over this way, that is Beinn Ibn, which actually means delightful hill, and it looks really good, so I'm excited for when we eventually do that one. And then over here, I think this will be into Dromoctor, although can't really see over there. And then that is Gilcarn, which is where we're going, and Craig Petrie, which is also where we're going. Alright guys, so we've met this really nice guy called Walter, and he's done 122 Munros, so funnily enough, he's just one ahead of me. Say hi, Walter.
Hi everybody.
Alright guys, so we've came quite a wee bit down from the summit, which is just behind us, like, well, quite a bit from up there. And we're heading down to the Beinn between Gilcarn and this one. And soon enough, I'm pretty sure when we get down there, this like really steeply drops off, can't speak for some reason. And then we head up that path that we can actually see, and then up there to Gilcarn. It actually looks like quite a monster from here. Okay, so we're partway down this descent, and it's been very steep. Like, look up above us, it's so steep. And it could be quite dodgy in places, but it's been alright so far. Once we get down to that Beinn, behind us, this is where we're going. And then I'm pretty sure we return to this Beinn and then go up Craig Petrie. I'm hoping that Craig Petrie won't be too bad, but so far Chlachair's been a monster. Okay guys, so we're just in the Beinn between Chlachair, which, oh my god, that descent, it wasn't as scrambly as some people were saying it. In fact, it wasn't scrambly at all, but it was so steep, and it's kind of mental looking. That mountain is a monster of a hill. And this is Gilcarn and Craig Petrie, which is where we're going. I'm kind of hoping, and I'm also like kind of expecting, that they won't be as bad of, or like as difficult as an ascent and descent as Chlachair, but I hope I'm not wrong. Alright, so we've made it to this wee Y junction, and going up here takes you straight to Gilcarn, and this way takes you to the Beinn between Gilcarn and Craig Petrie. So later on we'll be in this Beinn, and then we've just got a wee ascent up to Craig Petrie, and then the descent. Okay guys, so we're now finally at the summit of our third Munro of the day, Gilcarn. The views up here are absolutely insane. So over this way, I'm pretty sure you've got into the Dromoctor range and potentially into the Cairngorms. And then over this way, here is Skirgui and the Chlachair. Followed by this way is the Schiehallion, Loch Ericht, the Glenlyon Loop, and this is the Lowers range. Followed by, I'm pretty sure that's Beinn Voil, like part of the Beinn Older group. And I think that's Beinn Older back there. And then this is Carngerag, either Gilcarn or Anik Big, can't remember which one. And then that one's Gilcarn or Anik Big, not sure. And then over there is Beinn Ibn, and that is our first Munro of the day, Chlachair, which looks like an absolute monster from here. It looks insane. This here is Craig Petrie, which is our third Munro of the day. And then the loch is Loch Laggan. Over here is, what's called Beinn Tilach, Beinn Ahurin, and then the Craig Meggie Munros. Over this way is into the Monolith, and then we're back round into the Cairngorms. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this way, that's Chlachair, and then potentially behind could be into Glencoe, although I'm not 100% sure on that one. And then these two are the Esanes, and then behind them will be the Grey Corries and the Nevis range. Alright guys, so we've came down quite a bit now from the summit of Gilcarn, which is somewhere off in that direction, and we're just heading down towards the Beinn, which then takes us up the final push to Craig Petrie. And it actually doesn't look too far from the Beinn up to the summit. I think it's only like 120 metres of elevation, so that's good. Compared to what on earth that monster, that thing over there was. That was, oh my god, that was, whew. Alright, so that's just in the Beinn, and we've came down from somewhere way up here, which you can't really see. And there's a four-way kind of crossroads here. So this takes you on the path to Beinn. This takes us up Craig Petrie. Don't know where this goes. And this takes us up Chlachair. So we are heading up here, and that's actually the top there. So I'm pretty sure we've only got like 150 metres left, which is good. Today, oh my legs, I'm feeling it. This is a hard day. To be fair, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's just that Beinn was a killer because like, we went up like this way here and then straight up onto the ridge, but the thing with that was there was no path whatsoever, and then the descent off of that was even worse. So normally on the descents you've kind of got your wee recovery, like having a breather time, but we didn't really have that because the descent was quite tricky. And then it was straight up Chlachair, so this might actually be one of our toughest days yet, although I'm not 100% sure. Statistically and scrambling wise we've done a lot harder, but the thing is this is just, it's a long day, like. Okay guys, so we're now at the summit of my 124th Munro, Craig Petrie. So I'll point out the views to you. So down here is Chlachair west, and this is Chlachair east, followed by Loch Lagan, and behind us here, this is the Craig Meggie range, with Carnaleith right there, I think. And then this is over towards Bentilach and Beinn, and then over this way I think is the Nevis range, followed by into Loch Aber with the Esanes, the Grey Corries, Chlachair and stuff, and then this is back to the monster where we've came from, Beinn. And I'm pretty sure this could be into the Lowers range, although I'm not 100% sure. Over here is Chlachair, where we've also came from, looks like an absolute monster as well. And this is into the Cairngorms, and the Monolith is over this way. It's been such a good walk to get up here, I've really enjoyed it, although it's been hard work at times. I'm hoping that the descent will be a little bit easier. We've got 8.5 kilometres to go, but from what I remember, the wee cairn that we turned off from earlier on the really good path was around 6 kilometres. So if my maths is correct, that means we've got about 2.5k of proper descent, and then it's all on a good track the rest of the way. Okay guys, so we're quite a bit off the summit now. This here isn't quite it that we can see, but we're at about 750 metres, and that absolute monster right there, that is the first Munro of the day. We climbed that thing, it's absolutely humongous, and there was no path going up it, and it was a bit of a nightmare, but wow. It's like, it's one of those proper look at where you've came from and like feel proud ones. And our views are still brilliant. Alright guys, so we've just came off this path here, which has came from the summit of Craig Petrie, and we've just made it onto the good track that we went up earlier till about this point, and then we went straight up that big mountain right there. And we've got, I reckon, about 1.5k on the decent path here down to Chlachair, and then we've got 5 kilometres on the flat track back to the van. I've really enjoyed this walk today, but I'm not going to pretend this was hard work. I don't know what it is, statistically it may not seem like that bad. Like, I'm pretty sure Walk Highlands is 26k, 1300 metres of ascent and 8 to 10 hours. But the thing is, see so much of the ascent, Beinn in particular, the whole ascent is pathless. Then you've got a rocky plateau, and then the descent is an absolute nightmare. It's so steep and it's really difficult going. So then you haven't really gained your energy back for Chlachair on the descent, which makes that one going up quite hard too. But from once you're at the summit summit of Chlachair, that is literally all your hard work done. Because going over to Craig Petrie is like 100 metres more of ascent. And then the descent from Craig Petrie is actually really good going. It's on a decent path and it's not too difficult at all. Yeah, but we'll see how I'm feeling when I'm back at the van. But first, there's a place we need to get to, the lock. Okay guys, so that's us just completed the 3 Munros now, and we're right the way back at Loch nan Urba, which means we've got about a, I'm gonna say 5 kilometre walk back. It's really beautiful here, it's genuinely incredible. Okay guys, so that's us just back at Loch nan Urba now, and it's so pretty here. Although I kind of forgot to consider getting sand all over my shoes by going down in the water, but it's okay. Look at where we've been. What on earth is that thing? Okay guys, can you see in my face just how genuinely dead I am? Also, we're going to ignore the absolute atrocity that, I don't even think that's a word, but that is my hair. I'm dead. I think this is probably our hardest ones that we've done in a day so far. But we've got about like half a kilometre, I'm going to say, till we're back at the lay-by, and then we won't really be able to hear anything back there. So I think I'm just getting to end the video here. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye, Catchy.